Hello everyone. Hello. Welcome back. I don't know if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been around for a while. Excuse me. You may have noticed, I don't know. I know I was kind of out of it last week. I was on some meds that were kind of conflicting and I was coming off of them, and I don't really watch my videos back that much. I mean, just pretty much for editing. And the biggest thing was like, there was other things I was going to talk about and I just didn't because I was kind of in a rush. And yeah, I just wasn't quite myself yet. And I have to say, it took until Monday of this last week to do so. So I'm very grateful to feel more like my old self again. And we are going to be covering three planners here. I just wanted to put these out. We are going to be covering the Papertess Weeks and the B6. So much like last time, I will be putting in some timestamps, those chapters, whatever they are. And so if you're not into Sterling Ink A5 here to begin with, if you're in the others, you can just jump right on ahead. I am kind of just starting that off in January. I am slightly considering making separate videos. So let me know below, like, what helps you most? Just seeing the one video and jumping to the part that you want, or having separate videos? I think separate videos is going to help people find things via the algorithm, but I jump around back and forth between these because I'll forget things. I'll be like, oh, I didn't put that in the other one. So that's the only reason why I'm not quite doing that. I do see other people kind of keeping them separate, and maybe that's where they'll go to. But for now, I'm going to try again just having everything in one, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. I got these stickers, which are kind of more on the gray side here. And let's see, is my light, let's see, I'm going to just slightly adjust here. Yeah, you get to actively see me changing my light here. I was trying to make sure that I had kind of even lighting there. I kind of like it there the best, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, that's where I'm going to keep it right now. The magic behind the lens here. So anyway, I just noticed because it was really shiny, but I thought these were super cute. This is more of like the wintry version, and it says, one's native place, that's a very tranquil town, at the very top. And here's the back if you're interested. I can't remember all the places that I've ordered, so that's the info on those. I thought it'd be just really cute to put some little people down here. And this washi tape I had used before, this is the one that was missing some snow, so I thought I might use some of that. Let's see, probably on my weeks. Let's see, because I know there was a section here. Yeah, because I know that's not gonna, unless I just do that part, it just barely reaches. Actually, let me see what will fit. Let me grab my, well, anyway, happy January 15th through the 21st, as I'm staring at this, trying to find my slicing tools. Yeah, like last week, I was going to talk about how the end of my year went with some, my last surgery, which was actually very, very good. And that's the main thing. I'm like, I didn't talk about that at all. It's just that it happened. Like, that's the only thing I said. So what happened, let's see. I think I'm going to go 8:30 on these and see if I can just make it across here if I slice. So what I was hoping was that I was going to fit in let me see. Check a quick setting on my computer. I was hoping to fit in a surgery before the end of the year. And yeah, like it just all aligned that it happened. And with all my other surgeries this past year, oh, look at this. Look at this. Boop. Love it. I had been through some really good experiences and some mediocre. I wouldn't say horrible. I didn't have any horrible experiences. So it was nice to be able to go, hey, you know, sorry, I'm getting my gray marker out since these are kind of grayish. And it was just really nice to know, like, technically it was my 4th surgery. Some of the surgeries, like the hysterectomy was a big deal. I mean, they used the robot, they did all of that. But the other ones were more procedures. One was a colonoscopy. Again, that one's like pretty minor. You're under, well, colonoscopy and endoscopy. You're under for just a little bit. And although this time they gave me, I think, something a little stronger, so I didn't have the nice, like, I have to say my previous colonoscopy was just like being on a pillow, just very, very real, like waking up and just going, oh, that was a really nice little nap. But yeah, this last one I was more groggy, and I think it's just because they have to wake you up kind of. I remember like waking up very, very slightly, and I probably talked about this a little bit, and they were just trying to get the little bite thing out of my mouth. So, and then I was back under, and then I woke up, and like no really anything afterwards at all. Sometimes, you know, because they have to fill you up with kind of air gas, you know, to see everything. And I have to say, I don't know what my doctor does, but it's like waking up and there's no symptoms. And I'm just really grateful for that. So, my final surgery, I'm going to put this like over here. This is kind of like a wooded area beyond the, my town here. I was able to pick the, 2 different kinds of trees here. Pick the facility that I wanted to go to, and, oh, this is cute. Kind of a little sign out here. Yeah, I'll put it down here, here. And, fantastic doctor. She was just on it, and she, you know, she was saying it's just a very quick thing. It's almost like they don't need to put you under, but they kind of have to just because they do. Oh, I'm sorry. Totally forgot. This is my new candle. It's the Dandelion Clover from Patty Wax. I had smelled this. It's just so fresh smelling. Smelled this a while back and loved it. So let's see. Trim this wick up and get this going. Yeah, I light a candle. I know it's like the aesthetic. Everyone does it, but it also has a purpose that when you smell something, it actually can help you be more in the moment. Let's see. I could put it that way if people want. Yeah. And I like to smell something while I'm like trying to do this and focus. The biggest part of that surgery was that I voiced my concerns. I might have mentioned this before. It was that when I'm put under and if I need some pain medication afterwards, I experienced this with my epidural when I gave birth to my son. I also experienced this when I had my hysterectomy. For pain management, to go down into that area, into my pelvic area, I need to be sitting up. It's just the biology and the way my body is constructed. It could be because of, I was thinking my butt is rather larger. Maybe that's part of it. That maybe it tips me a little too much. So that the pain medicine is like going towards my lungs. And it's like, no, it needs to go down. So in both instances, once I was just tipped up a little bit, I could feel the pain medication working. And so this time when I talked about that with my anesthetist, he kind of looked at me a little weird, and then he just agreed with me. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I said, yeah, can you just please tip me up at the end? I didn't have high hopes that he was going to do it because, like, I've tried to put notes in my chart. I've tried to put them even under allergies, and nobody sees them. I think they're like, that's not an allergy. It doesn't go there, and they delete it. So I was like, I voice this every time, but they just, I just don't have high hopes. This time he totally did it. I remember kind of coming out of it as they were wheeling me into recovery, and like my hysterectomy, I was like already wheeled in. Like there wasn't really, I was waking up. Well, maybe I remember it a little bit. That was a pretty major one. There's a lot of drugs going on for that one. But no, he definitely, I felt that he came around to my side after I was still flat and being wheeled, came over to my side, raised my head up a little bit, just exactly what I needed. And there was some pain medicine involved. There was a lot of numbing going on, and maybe I'll go into details another time. But yeah, it was just really great to go, you know what? Someone will listen to me. Someone will, like, it's not a big deal, right? I'm not asking for any other drugs. I'm not asking for anything stronger. I'm not making any weird requests. I'm just like, and most people do try to sit you up after a little bit of time, but I'm like, no, I need it from the beginning. Like as I'm waking up, and he did. And I'm just like, thank you. Thank you. Like, do I need to celebrate this much, from being listened to? Like, I don't know. So let's see, we have, so recycling was last week. And then here, let's see, it does help to put a little reminder. I'm trying to think if anything's going to overlap here. Probably a little bit. So I'm going to put it there, which it looks weird. Excuse me. But yeah, it was like just so refreshing to go, you know, I should probably put those one over. I'm used to putting them here because the numbers were here. That's fine. I'll eventually get used to it. And then the yard waste we will pick up, get ready here. Is that about it? Well, I do have carpooling. Let's see. I like to put them here. And we did kind of move around carpooling last week. So I'm not sure. Oh, I don't know if I'm doing Tuesday. I think I am. Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. Tuesday and Friday. We see. We're kind of flexible with it. So let me write these kind of backwards here. We have our Smith Brothers, which is our milk delivery, carpool. Yeah, because I was doing Monday, Thursday, Friday. Now I'm doing Monday, Tuesday, Friday. And it's just, I have more flexibility. And my son's friend's mom, she just has certain days that flex around more. So let's see. What else went really well? The only other thing is I'm trying to track down a drug that I took orally. It was just these 2 pills. Like I took Tylenol right beforehand. Because I hadn't eaten that morning, I said, I want to wait on the Tylenol for like an hour because I was there early. And I mean, early for the time, I was like, I think I had a scheduled 1:30 1 o'clock? No, when was that? I think it was around 1. But I was there at 10 and I had, like, you know, some time to go. And they're like, here, you know, have this Tylenol. I'm like, not on an empty stomach. My stomach's going to start churning and I don't need that right now. So I put that and another pill they recommended on pause. And I'm like, what does the other one do? And they didn't quite tell me. They're like, oh, you can talk to your doctor about that. And then like, oh, it's time to go. Why don't you take the 2 pills? I just took them real quick. I can't find out what it was. I think it's an anti-nausea, but then I got an anti-nausea through my IV. So it made me really woozy, like almost like the room was spinning from the point I woke up to like almost 10 p.m. that day. And I'm like, I don't need this. I don't need, this is making me more dizzy. So I need to talk to them. I need to see what it was. I haven't quite figured it out what it is. It's not in my charts, which I know the nurse scanned them. Like I heard her beep them. I saw her beep them. They had like little barcodes on them. So I'm like, it's something. I just have to chase it down. So, I'll put that on my to-do list for emailing. If you're new here, I do pull a card every week. This helps me kind of refocus and give me a fresh perspective on things. I like the randomness of picking a card. This does happen to be a tarot deck, which is very similar to playing cards. You could use a playing card deck if you kind of knew the meanings of each one. Sometimes we can connotate meanings from like anything that's in our life, but that's why I do this. If it's not your thing, I do try to make a little chapter for it, and so you can kind of fast forward back past it if you want. But I love having just a little tool here to kind of refocus. I think last week's is like one of the most negative ones in here. These are pretty positive. And it just made me very conscious of like, you know, what was it? It was be careful not to betray others with lies and assumptions. And it's like, yeah, it made me very conscious of it. And I just was kind of I didn't feel limited by it. Like I didn't feel like I was being censored, but I was very like, a little bit more careful. I slowed down a little bit and I'm like, am I making assumptions about something? I don't want to put words in people's mouths. I don't want to, yeah. And I find that good. Like sometimes we need to practice that a little more of like holding back, listening, seeing, you know, what people think. And this one popped out here. So, and what I mean by pop out is like, it just flips over randomly. So this one is the Emperor. And let's see here. Put this carefully back. Here is the card. Love this deck so much. If you're interested, there's the info. The Emperor. You know that the structure and boundaries have the power to turn dreams into reality, planting seeds for generations to come. Oh, that's good. It's right here where my thumb is. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so last time I wrote it down here, and it's kind of down here near my little like wayfinder sign, which is kind of appropriate. And let me write this out. Okay, so that part is done. I like that. It makes me start thinking about like structure and boundaries. How can I kind of invite that in a little bit more? So let's add a few more stickers here. And let me think about what upcoming, let's see, I think one of these people, okay, so this one is pretty cute. I think I'll zoom in on this. I'm just going to put a little person there sitting in a chair enjoying some coffee. And what else? I like this little owl saying hi. kind of, let's see. I need to put something big up for you to see that. Let's see, a little owl saying hi. You can see that right there. He's waving and just chilling, having some coffee there. So they are very small, but I really want to see them in the weeks. That's where I'd like to see them. Let's see, in a couple, what can we put here? I could put like mountains behind. Let's see. So I think I want to do that one and the other one. Kind of have this sit here. I know it's a little floaty, but it's kind of like the mountains are behind there, but I kind of wanted to have something for the weekend. There's this really cute one right here of a little sleeping bag, someone in a sleeping bag, and not an eyeglass, but I forgot what it's called. I think I forgot what it's called last time when I was kind of talking about these. Let's put a little bit. Actually, I kind of like that for the weeks. Putting some of these little flowers for the weeks. It's you're stargazing, you're looking up in the sky using a telescope. I thought there was another name for it. What else? Should I put a little house? There are like houses. Maybe we do this. Is there stargazing stuff coming up? I don't know. Make a decision. It's okay. Whatever I use is going to be awesome. I know we can all kind of get hung up a little bit sometimes on like deciding. It can be hard. I get it. I get it. I have a little stump here. This little stump is cute. Like right here. Okay. And then I will put, like this worked out really well here. This is a little higher now. So let's work backwards. So I want one space. So I'm still like possibly tapering off one drug because I am going to start a new drug soon. I was on many phone calls with insurance to see how this is going to be billed because I have been having infusions for a long time. Saturday, Sunday. Oh, and thank you to the person who chimed in about using R for Thursdays. Actually, one or two of you might have. And yeah, I one person said it's possibly for legal terms, which makes a lot of sense, right? What I learned it from, I realized what I learned it from, it's from school schedules. When I was looking at high school schedules and college schedules, they have to put R so that when they print it, people know that it's not on a Tuesday because college schedules can be all over the place and they can only be certain days. So it's mainly, that's where I picked it up from years ago, was just looking at college schedules, and I liked it so much and it made more sense to my brain that that's what I do. So that was that mystery kind of solved. It just kind of popped in there. Because when I Googled it, it came up, well, that's, a lot of college scheduling does that. And then I want to put some dots here. I like to put them more on the outside. Make a little list here, and that's as far down as I will go. Yeah, I'll just have, but see, these are lined up. And so if I put any dots here, they're lined up. If I put them one over, then it will be kind of not lined up. So maybe I'm doing just fine. And then I have to put therapy, appointments for 2 of us. We had an assessment last week for my son. It went really, really well. really well. It's really reaffirming to be like on the right path with everything. He is doing stellar. Like really, it's just going so well right now. And I hope, and I kind of see him seeing what the payoff is of having more time to play games, of having less worry about things, of fighting things less. And just going, you know what? Sometimes we do have to kind of surrender to what we need to do. I like the gray on here. It is very gray though. There's not much other color on here. So let's see what else is coming up in my month. Let's see. Yeah, we have this day off. I can note that. So yeah, things kind of changed for this, so I can kind of change that. I got my lab results back, which were great. That's the other thing. I had so many labs and x-rays and scans and just procedures that I know what's going on in my body right now. And oh my goodness, it like really lowers that the worry about a lot of things. I'm just very thankful for that. I would not recommend doing that much in December, but it went really well. I'm glad to be on the other side of it. So I think that's it for now. I'm probably missing something. So that's why I make these one video, because I'll probably come back. So my B6, yeah, I've been jumping around covers a little bit. I've been finding some really good deals on them. This one, actually I did order this one straight from Moterm, and I got scratches on it already. And sometimes they come with little scratches, but this is like my new favorite color, the honey one. I do want to compare it though to other ones, because I'm really curious about how it compares to caramel. Like they look so close in color, but I haven't seen it in person yet. So this is actually what I'm using more. Like there's something about having like a little to-do list on the A5 of seeing everything and how everything lines up. It's a great tool to see that. And last week when I had, see, I didn't really use these. I can go back and kind of use those a little bit. When I made this, there was too much of a duplicate, and I don't need that in here. But what I do need is some like room to have like these complicated to-do lists. And half pages are working really well, especially in this size for me. And just having like the day of the week and the number. And I meant to kind of put some more here. We're on Saturday right now. And you guys are seeing this on Sunday at the earliest. So this is just, to me, it's just, and then having some room for my reflections. I really like this because I carried this over from Moxie Life, and then my actions of having them here, going through and seeing like all my deliveries. This was a heavy delivery week. It's normally not that much. But like just having an area to brain dump. So yeah, I like this so much more. And that's what we're going to set up here. So the actions is kind of like the biggest part. And then here we'll just copy over carpooling. And then writing down the therapy sessions really helps. Oh, and I know it's cold for almost the whole country here in the US. So if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, I hope you are staying warm. We are much colder than this. The Seattle area is, yeah, we're not getting above freezing for a few days here. Although it's going to slowly warm up. I know a lot of people in our area were like their pipes weren't working because they're not used to this about dripping your faucets. And sometimes even if you drip as much as you can, you know, you can do what you can. So I know probably a lot of you who live in cold climates are very like used to taking action. Oh, and then I smudged it. I got so excited about saying action. Okay, I'm gonna rewrite it. I got a little too excited there. But we also stay up late and we take evening showers a lot, and so sometimes our showers and warm water is running very much in the middle of the night, and I think that kind of helps, and then we kind of let things drip. So yeah, just be careful out there. Let's see, so we did all these. Oh, this moved. We had to move this down here, which actually worked out really well. I don't know if I updated that in the other one. So again, a surprise. So that is there. I do want to, let's see, set up the last pages here. Wow, that's coming up quick. So my new drug is on this Monday. I have a new doctor on the Tuesday. So yeah, that's just a little over a week away. This I want to set up for my reflections. And this is where I was thinking about getting some different washi tape, but since it's pretty cold, we are going to continue to use this one, and we're going to alternate a little bit. And have this on the bottom this week. Just kind of dress up the pages a little bit more, because it's just writing on these pages. So just kind of having a template here. Let's see. So yeah, like just having a lot of success coming home from that final surgery, just, you know, and my mom has been so wonderful. She's been making my son pancakes for every time she watches him while we're out taking care of things. And we always come home and we say, everything was just fine. That was a nice little nap we had. The doctors made us, like, because my husband had a couple things too this last month. We each had 2 surgeries. That's a lot for a kid to kind of grasp and go through. He's 12. Well, about to be 13. Oh my goodness. So yeah, she would make him pancakes and just be here with her dog and just have him kind of smile when we came back in. Like, I'm sure he was a little concerned, but for the most part, he was like, yeah, okay, you know. You know, that we're doing things that we have to do. It's going to be good for us in the long run. So yeah, let's see. So I write out wins, what worked, what didn't work. And then 2 things over here, I have changed the way they're labeled. So I call it insights. Oh, I guess I could put that up a little higher, can't I? Because they're going to run into the washi. Let's see. So we're going to start here with insights. So sometimes I do cursive with lines or dots, and right now I'm doing uppercase. It's just whatever I'm feeling like. Let's see. Shifts. And then my feelings here. And these are like bodily feelings, emotions. I don't try to have it be one or the other. I could feel really shaky. I could feel very mad. I could feel minimized. I could feel hot. You know, like I want to just put any kind of feelings there. So this is cute. This is cute. I like that. I could add a little gray here, but I don't think I'm going to. Well, the one thing I didn't get were days of the week. So here, I think I want to put this along the bottom because I like how this is looking. The little town at the bottom. And do I want it to carry over? Sure, why not? Makes it a little easier in the moment. There we go. And it's been nice to have like, yeah, just this little working area of like brain dump and what, oh, just deliveries. I know with the 3-day weekend, let's see, I'll start it here. So I have some room because this will probably be the midway point here. So I can kind of, I'll put a little dot there so I can see it. And I learned this by watching others, but it really does help to kind of see some kind of little paper thing. To see these dates just a little more. Little squiggles. And then, let that dry just a moment. And then here, this is what I forgot to get. Where are my stickers? Oh, here we go. So I did organize all my stickers. I'll show this real quick. I had them all in a little pouch. I used, this is an A5 I had laying around, and I just put them all in here. Much easier to get at everything. So I can first not have crinkle noises, but second, I can find things really quick, like what I'm doing right now. Do I want to use the Dandelion Diaries one or the other one? I think I'll use some Dandelion actually. Excuse me, with these. And these are what I used on the weeks when I did like the whole week. But I think I'll kind of just alternate between them. I love the Sterling ink ones. I think those look so pretty. But I want to just, and this is the first page after, right? Yep. Just have these. Try this out this week. Yeah, I bought these ahead of time knowing that I was really veering towards the B6 here. Let's see, that feels about halfway there. I'm not counting, I'm just putting these down. I think you can hear in my voice that I'm feeling a whole lot better here. And the way I'm talking and chit-chatting and stuff, I couldn't balance the checkbook. I couldn't drive for 2 weeks. And that was mainly just because what I believe the problem is they put me on a bunch of antibiotics before and after the surgery. And it was 2 antibiotics that I had not taken at least for a very long time. And I think and I'm also on some blood pressure medication, and it did have a note that those had some trouble. What was happening was, even though I was drinking tons of water, oh, there's little scripty ones. Oh, I could have used those. Even though I was drinking a ton of water, my heart was racing every time I took them. And then like 2 hours later, I would finally come down off of it. And What I had read up was like they do need to kind of adjust your blood pressure medication when you're taking that. And I had called the doctor who prescribed, and they're like, oh, talk to your regular doctor. I messaged her. I probably should have called, but she was out. And so I had to like go through someone else for that. And by the time they got back to me, I'm like, I'm on my last day. And then I took my last bit, and I'm like, not again. I can't do this again. I really fought my way through that. So I am loving this. I'm loving all this. This all feels really good. I'm getting into like a rhythm here. I put a lot of cleaning things here because usually on Sundays we do that. Oh, and I just put the numbers here. So just a little 15, because it really helps to know what day of the week it is. And what the date is, if I finish that concept. And thankfully this is erasable. Let's see, is it the 20th is the last day? 21st. And then I think this one is done. 19. So yeah, it feels really functional. I don't have to put my health stuff in here. I don't have any little health tracker. So actions, let's go over those then. And I have way too many here. So let's take out the ones I don't need, which are these. Put those there. And go through, get these all faced the right way. Okay. When you're planning 3 planners, oh, I know, other people's desks there's a lot going on. There's actually a lot. Well, I don't keep too much on my desk. I have like a bookshelf that I keep most of my stuff on. So we did therapy because we missed it the week before. Oh, I've been watching stuff on Peacock because I just had it for a month or so. So I have been going through the last of that. I do want to cancel that next. I didn't get to watch any shows with my husband. Oh, drinking tea and candles. I didn't quite do that yet. I was hoping to get to these 2 other videos, but this week was a lot. I was kind of playing catch up because I really had to take all of last week off to recuperate. And was that last? Yeah. Last week was the week I was fuzzy. See, I'm still even fuzzy on what week I was fuzzy about. I was like, when did I finish those? It was on Friday. It was on Friday. So let's see. I didn't get to help my husband with something. So some of these we're going to, this water has been up, making sure I'm getting the rest in. I'm not going to stop that med yet because it's really important for my healing right now. And I've been doing more fiber. Yep, paid the utilities. Got the transfers in. It's like that time of the year where I have like a sinking funds for once a year stuff. So I just take this moment right now, look back on, like I have a little separate savings account that I just put money into every month so that when once a year things come through, like car tabs or anything that I pay on a yearly basis to get a discount. There are 2 like streaming services. I just go ahead and pay the full year, especially when there's discounts kind of near the holiday area, fall area. I make sure that I adjust all those numbers so I know the new amount to put in every month for the rest of the year. So I got that taken care of, and I just was setting up a new January spreadsheet, and I'm actually moving to a different spreadsheet. I had heard from the person who recommended the one I use that there's a new one coming out, but it's not out yet. So I'm actually trying a different one that has a lot less maintenance. Like, it's simpler, but it still has a lot. It's just a fancy budget sheet that I got off of Etsy. I can link it below. And I did get most of the holiday put away, but not quite everything. Our tree is still up. It's January 13th. But this year, like, being on antibiotics for 2 weeks, having all this stuff going on, and we even put it up early. We put it up like mid-November, just the tree, just for like a week or two. So I feel like it's just appropriate. It's just working, especially with the tiny bit of snow that came down. And my son's birthday is kind of wrapping up the end of the month here, and he likes it up, so we're in no rush. We didn't decorate all that much, so I just put things in a couple boxes, like just loose boxes out in the hallway. And I'm just waiting to like bring all the boxes in from the shed and just kind of like go through them because I want to donate some things. So it's like a whole thing, but I'm just like, no, I just need to put all the stuff away except the tree, just in some boxes temporarily right here. And that's what we're doing, and it's working. So let's see. So this thing I definitely want to put forward. I just wanted to circle that because I saw that there. So what are my actions for this next week? I am using my new lotion, and I actually say it might be clogging my pores a little bit, but boy, is it making like the rest of my body much more happy because of all the dryness of, let's see, 2 down, 1 over. So I'm going to keep doing that, of using the new, it's like wash and lotion, body wash and lotion. And it's just the Aveeno. It's nothing fancy, but I have to say, I think this is going to be my new winter routine. And then I have like more summer things, but I tend to have more oily skin, and so I have to be careful, like if I'm washing my face or neck or chest or something, sometimes that gets a little clogged up. But like a lot of the other dry, like you get a little itchy or dry during when the heat's going this much, especially with the cold weather, that it's working. It's really helping. So I do have another therapy session. What else personally? Because this is personal. Again, I haven't changed up this yet. I'm going to be doing a whole video on my kind of no goals, kind of relabeled categories. It's coming. I just had to get a clear head and get through some things, which feels good. Usually I only have 2 things there, so we're going to do like at least 3 here. So finish with Peacock. It was because, again, I know I've mentioned this. We wanted to watch the parade. We're not huge fans of it, but it just kind of is becoming a little bit of a tradition. Like, we really didn't start watching it till we had our son. So, and then some more Magic the Gathering. Nothing big right now. There's a new set coming out, which is not in this book. It's in the other book. Those release dates. So once that new set releases, I think we're going to be playing some more. And then I'm just going to say enjoy quiet moments. And that may include tea and candles. It may not. I mean, I'm enjoying this candle very much. But I do very much want to get to these videos this next week and gasp, maybe a podcast? Maybe? I'll put that first. Maybe podcast? Because I have not recorded my podcast for quite a while. 2 months, maybe. 2-3 months? October, I think, was my last one. But I only did like 1 that month. So, I keep calling this a style video, but it's more than that. We'll get to that. And then my quote goals, but it's really no goals. And then a plan with me is where I'm headed with that. Oh, I do need to, I have all my numbers, and I've checked a couple times to file my business taxes for, let's see, plan with me first, and then file biz taxes. I have everything. There's no place to do it yet. Like, I keep logging in. They just don't have that set up yet. And then therapy for my son. And then there was some follow-up notes from our, and then looking into my chart, because he's over 11, I believe 11 is the cutoff, for parents to have access. And then, so he's in charge of his body and his decisions, but I need to make appointments and pay bills for him. So there is some kind of access. The person who was on the assessment was like, oh yeah, you're not quite assigned correctly. So he fixed something, but it didn't fix anything. I can't see a thing. Like, I can't see any notes that he was writing up. I can't see any upcoming appointments, which I know we have one in 2 weeks. Like, I need to see these things. So, and then back to focusing on, I put water because it's still hard sometimes. So I just want to focus on things that will, I think I'll just do the 3, because I did check with my doctor about stopping a med, and he said don't. And I kind of was like, but I don't really want them overlapping with the new meds so much, because I don't know how that's going to go. But, I mean, I trust him. I know that I mostly trust him. There were some things that, you know, I'm moving on to a new doctor, but I also know that that med that I'm taking is helping my healing afterwards. So I think, let's see, I think I want to finish. I'm mostly done with the January spreadsheet, but I think I just want to say any last bits for January. And again, this list, this action list, they aren't goals. To me, they aren't goals. This is what I want to see, like, completed in my life, that I want to get past, knowing that things come up and they'll be pushed to the next week. A lot of people have like a weekly to-do list. You know, Cindy brought this up from Llama Letters. She was talking about like moving to a weekly list. And that's what I've done, at least for the last year or two, is when you don't know what's coming up on certain days, I don't assign things to certain days, because I could feel like total and need to take a whole day out. I don't know. And I want to just be able to have that flexibility and know that, okay, I can get up, I can do the next time. I guess the, yeah, I put the biz taxes up there. So, so I went over the once a year. I also have a bi-monthly, because there are 2 utilities that are every other month. So I have a separate account for that. I need separate accounts, like they're just separate savings accounts, because if I don't see the exact numbers in there, I get so confused. I need to see that that is set aside exactly for that. So I made those 2 transfers. What else? Like, I have been hyper fixated on getting January set up in a really consistent way, like using a spreadsheet all last year, because that was the first time using a very detailed, like, I keep a ledger written down. Everything's written out just in case something wonky goes on with these spreadsheets and stuff. I need it on paper. Or if the paper burns, I need, like, something happens to it, I lose it, whatever. I need that two-point system for me. But I am seeing like, well, how can I make them simpler though? So, and I think actually the more I use this one, it takes, you know, a couple hours to get things set up. Then you go away, you come back to it. Is this working how I need it to? Are all the numbers that are important to me being tracked? And is there anything I can kind of let go of? But it's very much like a lot of work to focus. I probably could not do it on a weekday unless that's the only thing I was doing all day. So it's nice to have like this weekend to kind of go over that. Let's see. So I'm trying to think, like, yeah, the biz file I've moved over. In the kitchen, I'm hoping to get to that Sunday. And then boxes from the shed. And again, I think we're just going to go one more week on that. We are doing this. We're doing candle right now. I might have a cup of tea right after this. Honestly, that sounds like really nice. And I'm kind of hesitating on putting everything over because there is like another day here for me to do some things. Let's see. Oh, I do need to. Oh, this is one of the things I didn't mention. If you are new here, I have talked a lot about in the past of playing the credit card game of just zeroing out all of my credit cards before the closing date. Because closing dates can vary. It can be a little tricky. I was so proud. And also, like, you still have to live life and you have to buy groceries and buy gas when you need it. And so sometimes that credit card just kicks over because that's the one that you get the most for gas, you know, points back on it or something else. So we just play the points game mainly. And it was the first month, I think there was one other month last year that I got everything zeroed. And especially during Christmas time, it's hard. It's hard. And I have to say, previous Christmases, you know, weren't like that. It definitely goes into January and you pay things off. You know, it takes a little extra time. But I have to say, it was so nice. And then I saw a little bump in our credit scores. I mean, ours are pretty high, so it wasn't this giant bump, but it was just kind of satisfying, you know, to play that game and just win once, right? It's like, may not ever win that again, but it was satisfying for that time. But now that the new January credit card statements are rolling in, I do want to start paying those off. So like January credit card payments, so I can pay those off before the closing date to have a zero. What I'm looking for is that when it rolls over, I have a zero, minimum payment. So that's the game I play. And other people, like, you don't have to do that at all. Really, you don't. Although I did see, and maybe someone can confirm this, I was a little tempted to get an Amazon credit card just because, you know, we buy some things off of there. And that's like the only place that sometimes I can get extra points on, depending on the card. I'm like, okay, what do you have to offer? And someone informed on there in a review, and they didn't take it down, was that if you, say, charge $600 on there, I'm just making up numbers, and then you pay all of it except for like maybe $25, and you let that go over so that like your next month's payment would be $25. Usually 25 is so low that that's the minimum payment. But usually you have that grace period that $25 doesn't get any interest on it because you had zeroed it out the month before. Amazon's does not do that. What the review said, and I am not an Amazon holder, maybe they are incorrect, maybe this is false information, but let me know. But it made sense to me, is that they do not have grace periods. So if you pay all except the 25, you will be charged interest on the 600, not the 25. And like, it shouldn't be charged at all, but they charge it on the 25. And I'm like, that's where they're making up some of this money. That and their streaming is what makes everything else cheap. So I don't know if that's another bank they're going through. I actually don't. Let me see. What bank was it? Is it Bank of America or Chase or someone? I know Apple is like Goldman Sachs, but like there's something, like I would not get a card like that. That's a little ridiculous to me. Yeah. So after my rambling here, what else can I put for this green dot? Let's see. I know we're at an hour. I'm sorry. I'm just rambling on because I didn't get to talk last week. I didn't remember what to talk about. There's definitely more things going on. So I have the biz taxes, like, start on. So I organized all my, that was the big thing. I was like, I need to look through my receipts for this last year for something. And then I saw the whole big pile and I'm like, okay, I just need to organize these because I just throw everything into one bin for the whole year. And so I take about 20 minutes and I sit down and I put everything in piles and then I put it in one of those mailing envelopes from USPS. I just grab them free from them and they're the like really thick Tyvek type, and so everything's organized and we went and bought our tax software for this year. Like I do I've been filing for 15 years at least on my own. And yeah, I just need to sit down and do them. So let's say start taxes. Because I really like to file like the second week of February, first week. Sometimes they're available for filing. That's like, I have to check the dates this year, but we file pretty quick. So, yeah, I like getting it done early. So yeah, the papers are ready. I just need to check some of the other things. I kind of signed in and yeah, it's kind of started the process a little bit. So that was nice. And then the last thing is just anything for the home. And so what we're going to do is like tree, kitchen, boxes, and donations. We'll do that. Tree, kitchen, which I've been talking to my husband. I'm like, we need to deep clean this together. It's been a lot. Get the boxes and then go through those boxes and have some donations. So I had made one donation run before the, do I want anything up here? Stickers, that's what I want. Made some donations. Where did my tweezers go? Right here. Made some donations at the beginning of December. And I want to put this little owl right there. I like that. And so it was nice to kind of, because I knew a lot of people would want to kind of make some donations by the end of the year. So I wanted to kind of steer clear of that. Put that there. And then this here feels like just enough. And then, I kind of liked having these blank. Let's just put two things though. Let's put, let's see if we have that on that side. Put the little trees here. And our little owl friend is like taking us on a little journey. It says, walk this way in through the week. Walk through the week. And what other last thing? Maybe this little flying owl. Excuse me, I'm using up all my owls. Have this one kind of flying through the weekend there. Really cute. I do like that. So, and then a couple little trees down here. I can see using some of these up next time. Oh, there's a little camping. Like, I want to set up a little camping thing. I do not camp, but I like that. Just little hints of things. Keeping it really simple. Okay, so we are done with that. Just looking here to see if there's anything else. There was something I was going to transfer. I've forgotten. I usually find it when I am done. So this is this week. I love the purple here. And then I just need to take some time and put these numbers in. My period cycle, I might have missed my period. Again, I don't have a uterus, so I can only tell by having sore breasts. Like, that's the only thing I can do to tell. And I either missed, or because of all the stress of this December, that, you know, it was a lot. So let's put our highlights, which are just gray, like that. And then I like to highlight whole top. Yeah. Oh, that one I didn't. Usually I like to do the whole top here. And then highlight these. I didn't quite understand why people did this, and now I understand. Now I get it. Now I get it. And that's the thing. Like, if you don't experience it, it's not up to us to go, oh, that's strange and weird. It's up to us to experience it and then go, oh, that's for me, or that's not for me. That's our own journey, right? So let's see. It's best to start from the bottom for me. There, and then do H, M, L for high, medium, low, and then I'll just leave the top, and then I'll put the moon phases in. I'll make them a little smaller this time. They were rather large last week, and sometimes they're a little lumpy like that. That's okay, right? It's kind of like Bob Ross, just make happy little circles. And then down here, it did help. I think I did like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I kind of try to write on these little lines so that I know that the bottom is down there. And then I'll do that here. And then this will be, I always forget, steps, then water, then sleep. Steps, water, sleep, and then any symptoms I'm having. And then as I mentioned last week, I stopped noting every single pill I was taking. Let's see, so this is this one, and then there. And then I'll just write down here. And then we'll be almost done. We'll put I don't think I have another owl. I think I'm out of owls. But then I'll feel all set up for next week. And, okay, stickers. So instead of putting any washi there, I think I've done enough washi. I was going to put these mountains. I remember that, see? Like, I feel like I'm coming back around here. Actually, I'm gonna let that be up a little bit. Let's see. Because it's a little not straight on purpose. Like, it's a little organic kind of feeling there. Oh, this is like, I don't know, I think it's either a moon or a sun. We're gonna kind of do that there. That's kind of cool. And then I think we are, oh, we can use some of the little houses. I want to use the people on another one. I think like the owls and some of the nature stuff is enough for me. Put a couple little houses like that. Very close houses. They are right next to each other. And then put, I did want to put this here. Kind of the scale is a little off here. How about having them here? Yeah, and then I think we're about done. Let's see. Put a couple little trees, little happy trees. Yeah, I won't be taking much of my blood pressure. Well, that was the thing. I was taking some info down when my heart was racing, but I won't need to this week, but I will need to when I go for my infusion. They take it then. Anything else from here? I like this little one. Just have like a little bit more flowers there in the corner. And there's a single little tulip here. I like that. Kind of feel like I've been putting stuff right here in the middle, and I kind of like that. There is this like, kind of flying bird here. There. Okay. Maybe anything else here? There is some, well, some of these, like there's this one here is not cut out. Like I would want to cut that out. There's even little footprints right here. Maybe I'll hand cut those out next time I use these. But I like how far these are going. It's nice to have them to use for 3 different spreads. And this is where I'm using the little tiny ones. I could have put that up above. There was one where there was 2. Here we go. 2 birds. So this has more, it's more bird oriented. There. So this bird is catching up with those birds. And a little tuft of something here. Let's see. I feel like, yeah, like there's like something missing here. And I know, let's see. Oh, they come out pretty easily. That's nice. Kind of have those alternating. That feels a little better. Okay. Again, it's not super cheerful. This is a very kind of gray set, but that is kind of the weather that's going on. So I think I'm all set here. Is there anything? Oh, let me just write the 4 p.m. therapy here. And then 11 a.m. therapy here. And then we'll pretty much call it done. No school here. So carpool. I like to see like which days I'll be out and about to see if there's another errand I can do during those times. I think that's it. I guess I could write like 47. This is erasable. So if I happen to have my cycle, I could erase these. And I may just end up skipping, you know, just with all the stress going on. That may be just what happens. Okay, everyone, thank you for hanging in there. If you caught just this portion because this is the one that you like, great. Like, that is why the chapters are in here. I love this layout so much, and it's so exactly what I need on here. It's just working so well. And I've been taking notes back here. Let's see if I can show like one section. Let's see real quick. So for instance, I put like a little bit of washi tape there, and then I have like any dentist or eye stuff, like they both don't have like tons of notes to take, at least for me. I'm not having serious problems in those areas. So, but I do want to write down like what's happened and stuff like that. So I have those for different sections back here, and that's been working out really great. So, oh, just lost something. I think that takes care of it for everything. I hope this longer video is okay. I hope that, and I'm really looking forward to using this one next week. I just think that's just, it turned out really cute. Yeah. And I might, you know, come back to the sticker kit. I'll leave it in here and add like another one or two if I'm like really into it. Yeah, and then this just really helps me see, and I just use notes back here. I just write any notes, longhand notes. Sometimes I can fill up a whole page real quickly, but I'm not doing dailies in here at all. So, oh, I love this little stump. It's so cute. So I think that's it. Thank you for hanging in there. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any suggestions that, yes, I should do 3 separate videos, I can do that. Like technically almost this one could do that, but I have kind of an outro here for all 3. So yeah, I think in the future, maybe I'll do 3 because I'm spending the time on them, but then they feel, the only thing is that they feel a little repetitive because I'm using the same sticker kit. That's the only thing that holds me back, because it's then the same stickers. It's like, it's not anything new. I know some people have like different sticker kits for each one, but that's not what I'm doing. So take care, everyone. Thank you for always for tuning in. I really want to do 2 other videos coming up very soon now that my head's clear, about my no goals, about another rings planner that is not dated, that's just, I don't know, it's just kind of a resource type thing that it's hard to explain, but that's going to be coming out soon too. So thank you, everyone, and take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, like and subscribe, all that jazz. Bye.